Teaching on a synchronous meeting. Halo, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Back again with me, Sinta Agustiani, and I'll present a video how to teach with synchronous learning using discovery learning method. I'm as a teacher and my friend as my students. So just keep on watching. In the operational steps of discovery learning, there are stimulation, problem statement, data collection, data processing, verification, and generalization. So, let's move to the learning video. Is the rule. Teacher open the lesson briefly and provide Zoom link via WhatsApp group. Teacher give instruction to fill the list attendance and student fill the list attendance. Teacher ask the student to make a group and teacher share the Zoom link and teacher send the student assessment link on group WhatsApp.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
We will start our meeting today, but before we start, please turn on your camera and let's start learning today by praying together. Pray begin. Amin. I'll check your attendance first. Adela.
Present, Miss.
Fabiana.
Present, Miss.
Riani.
Present, Miss.
Salsabila.
Present, Miss.
Siska.
Present, Miss.
Faradina.
Present, Miss.
Alhamdulillah, everyone is present. I hope you all stay healthy and passionate in learning. For now, I remind you to stick to the health protocol because we are still experiencing this COVID-19 pandemic. Try to keep you home. Okay, everyone's joined. Before we learn a new chapter, are any one of you able to remember and explain last week's materials?
I am, yes. I want to try answer Miss. Last week we learned about the formula of sum and difference between sin and cosine. The formula of the number and difference between sine and cosine is a form of manipulation of the formula of sin and cosine product and has four formula.
Thank you, Adele. And now who can mention the four formulas?
I am Miss. Sine of A plus sine of B is equal to times sine of A plus B over 2 times cos of A minus B over 2. Number 2, sin of A minus sine of B is equal to times cos of A plus B over 2 times sin of A minus B over 2. And number 3, cos A plus cos B is equal to times cos of A plus B over 2 times cos A minus B over 2. And last one, cos A minus cos B is equal negative 2 times sin of A plus B over 2 times sin of A minus B over 2.
Okay, thank you, Fabiana, and thank you guys for helping us remember the previous material. Well, student, after we learn formula and of sum and difference between sine and cosine today, we're gonna to talk about the circle. Do you know what is the circle?
Yes, Miss. Circle is coordination from a point that has a certain distance.
Good answer. Well, before you guys understand what we are studying circle for, I will explain first the basic competencies, learning objectives, and the benefits from learning the circle material. Basic competencies, there are 3.3 analyze circles. In the basic competencies, there are two. The first is 3.3, analyze circles analytically. And the second is 4.3, resolve issues related to circles and equation circles. For learning objectives, after looking at the circle material, students can analyze and identify circles, identify a question of circles centered in O of 0.0 and in P of h.k, formulate the general shape of the equation of a circle, determine the equation of the tangent line of a circle, explain the understanding and properties of two intersecting circles. There are several functions of the circle and equation in daily life. First, make use of the calculation of the other tangent line between the gear on the rear wheel and on the pedal. 2. Calculate the half part of the gear that is close chain, then use the formula of circumference. 3. Bicycle gear cover that utilizes the formulation of which circles to design the 4. Determine the area of formula of the cylinder surface of the convolume area, the surface area and the volume of the objects, the circle on the bicycle, tires, etc. Once you know the benefits of learning the matrix, I will present the material about circle. Hope you all pay attention. If there is a question, can be asked after I have finished presenting the material. We can talk about the circle. What is the circle? A circle is where there are coordinates of points that have the same distance to a particular point. In circles, there are several terms including radius r, or distance of each point to specific point, circle center equals a specific point connecting each point. Then, if we draw it into a picture to better understand it, we can get the information that is the r, this is the diameter, and this is the circle center. The next equation circle. For the first equation, center at zero point 0 and radius r. If we take a look at the following image, the circle equation center at zero point 0 and radius is x squared plus y squared equals r squared. And for the example of the problem, determine the equation of the circle centered at zero point 0 and radius 7. And the answer is x squared plus y squared equals 7 squared equals x squared plus y squared equals 47. Center at zero point 0 and zero point 0.8 of x1 point y1. Note the following image. So we can get know that this the r, this is the zero point 0 a, b, a, x1, y1. And the conclusion that we can get including length of k equals x1, length of b equals y1, and then the r value of radius can use the right rule of thirds. R equals root of x1 squared plus y1 squared equals r squared equals x1 squared plus y squared. Then the equation of the circle centered on zero point 0 and 3.8 x1 point y1 is x squared plus y squared equals r squared to x squared plus y squared equals x1 squared plus y1 squared. Number 3, center at A, B, and radius r. The conclusion that we can get including this equation of the circle center at the center at A, B, and radius r is the bracket of x minus a squared plus the bracket of y minus b squared equals r squared. For the fourth, center at A, B, and 0.8 x1 point y1. Now, if we take a look of the image, the conclusion that we can get including then the equation of the circle center at AB and through point A of x1 point y1 is x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals x1 minus a squared plus y1 minus b squared. For the common equation of denial, the general equation of the circle can be written as follows: x2 plus y2 plus ax plus by plus c equals 0. The following equation is derived from the equation centered on p of a point b and the radius are expressed in the x of the bracket of x minus a squared plus the bracket of y minus b squared equals r squared. So the equation is x squared minus y squared plus 2ax plus minus 2by plus a squared plus b squared minus r squared equals 0. We can get a equals minus a over 2, b equals minus b over 2, r squared equals a squared plus b squared minus c. We change the value of a and b, so position any point p of m point n against the circle. There are two position of the line against the circle. Here is an illustration or description of the position of the circle. In first, we can get know that is line cut circle for d greater than 0 and affected line circle if d equals 0, line outside circle if d less than 0. If there is a quadratic equation of the shape ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, so d equals b squared minus 4 AC. And the last is tangan on circles. Throw a single point on a circle x1 point y1 for the center of 0.0 radius r, x1 plus y1 equals r squared. For the center of a point b and radius r, x minus a times x1 minus a plus y minus b times a y1 minus b equals r squared. For a common equation, there are x1 plus y1 plus 1 over 2a to the bracket of x plus x1 plus 1 over 2b to the bracket of y plus y1 plus c equals 0. Through a single point outside the circle x1 point y1, for the step first gradient tangen m, line through x1 point y1, then the equation of the y equals m equals gradient times x minus x1 plus y1. 2 or second, substitute y to the circle equation until it can be a combined quadratic equation, then calculate the value d. 3. The offending line, then d equals 0, then value m obtained. Next, enter y equals m to the bracket of x minus x1 plus y1. Known line gradients. For the center of 0 0.0 and radius r, we can know that the y equals mx plus minus r root of times root of m squared plus 1, and center AB and radius r, bracket of y minus b equals m, the bracket of x minus a plus minus r square of r root of m squared plus 1. From the exposure of the material that has been explained, there are things to ask.
I wanna ask Miss
Yes, Din?
whether the step that can make it easier for us to find tangent lines of the circle.
Okay, let me answer. First, determine the gradient value of the tangent M. Second, specify the radius value of R and the center point of the circle X P, point YP. Third, determine what type of equation the tangent of the circles is, whether the type of question 1. Directly look for the gradient of the tangent of the circle. Type 2, point on the circle or tangent point. Type 3, point outside in the circle. And the fourth, enter the equation formula of the tangent lines of the circle in each type. That's it. Okay, guys, once you understand the material, you are asked to discuss the result of the groups, answer in the form of a G form. You will discuss for 10 minutes to answer and present the question and zoom back in after 10 minutes to present the answer to each groups. Links I'll share in groups and in Schoology. Okay, I'll put you guys on a breakout Zoom per group to discuss the answer to the question in the student assessment.
Each group answer the student assessment. This is the breakout room Zoom.
Number 1 is point, and yang 2 is distance of point to a specific point, and 3 is a specific point connecting each point.
So the complete segment is a circle is where they are coordinates of points that have the same distance to a particular point. In circle, there are several terms include radius circle r, distance of each point to a specific point. Circle center, a specific point connecting each point. That is me.
Okay, the right answer. And the next second group.
We are from group 2. The general equation of the circle can be written as follows: x squared plus y squared plus ax plus by plus c equals 0. The following equation is derived from the equation center on P, A point B, and the radius r expressed in the x squared minus y squared minus 2x minus 2 by plus s squared plus b squared minus r squared equals 0.
Number 2, if we connect with the general equation, the circle becomes from the common association of circle has been concluded. Center of the circle, P of A point B equals P of minus A per 2 point minus B per 2. Radius of the circle, R equals root of A square per 4 plus B square per 4 minus C.
Good job, Fitriani and Siska. So let's move to the last group.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from the third group. There are me, Febiana Makajori, and my partner, Salsabila Indah. Number 1, against a circle with a center of 0.0 and a fingers. The position of any point P of M point N is located on the circle if x squared plus y squared is equal r squared as follows. Number 1, point P of M point N is located on the circle if a squared plus b squared equals r squared. Number 2, point P of M point N is located inside the circle if a squared plus b squared less than r squared. Number 3, point P of M point N is located outside the circle if a squared plus b squared greater than r squared. And B, against a circle with a center of A, point B, and a finger R. Position any point P of M point N against the circle of x minus a squared plus y minus b squared is equal r squared, including number 1, point P of M point N is located on the circle if m minus a squared plus n minus b squared is equal r squared. Point 2, point P of M point N is located inside the circle if m minus a squared plus n minus b squared less than r squared. Number 3, point P of M point N is located outside the circle if m minus a squared plus n minus b squared greater than r squared. Thank you, Miss.
Next, for question number 2, here is an illustration or a description of the position of the circle. Number 1, line cut circle if d greater than 0. Number 2, offensive line circle if d equal to 0. Number 3, line outside circle if d less than 0. To determine the meaning of a line against a circle, can use a method of testing the discriminant line against the circle. If there is a quadratic equation of the shape ax squared times bx times c is equal to 0, so d is equal to b squared minus 4 times ac. I'm done, Miss.
Thank you, Fabiana dan Salsabila. Thank you all for answering and presenting the result of your discussion. Are there any of you who can conclude today's material?
Miss. A circle is where there are coordinates of points that have the same distance to a particular point. In circle, there are several terms including radius circle r equals distance of each point to a specific point. Circle center equals a specific point connecting each point. Note, Miss.
Okay, somebody want to fill the conclusion?
We learned the equation of circle in and radius r. We learned the equation of circle includes center at 0.0 and radius r, center at 0.0 and drop point A, x1, point y1, center at A, point B, and radius r, center at A, point B, and drop point A, x1, point y1, and common equation of denial, position any point P, M point N against the circle, position of the line against the circle, and E tangen on circle. Done, Miss.
Okay, good job, Fitriani and Siska. Okay, I have uploaded teaching materials and teaching media that you can access in Schoology to relearn the material that has been delivered. After this, I'll send you a link for you all to access the assignment. Work according to the instruction. I'm waiting for the best result from you guys. Good luck.
Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay, for this meeting I suffice. I hope this material can be understood well and hopefully you are always in good health. Don't forget to do the assignment. Next week, we will discuss about many tribes. Please learn first about many tribal materials so that you can easily understand them. And can ask if you don't understand them at the next meeting. Always pay attention to health protocols. Take care of your health. To end this meeting, let's pray together. Pray. Amin. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you on the next meeting.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi
Waalaikumsalam
wabarakatuh. Thank you, Miss.
Thank you.
This is the display on Schoology and teacher uploaded materials on Schoology. There are student assignment on G-Form. Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully this video can be useful for you all. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.